Hi, I'm Josh Bell with the Miami Marlins. I wear NeuroGuard to help with strength and coordination when I'm in the weight room and help with balance when I'm on the baseball field.
One of the most comfortable, reduces concussion, increases performance. You can't get a mouthpiece like that on the market.
Not only is it a great product, it's super easy to use. I recommend it for any player at any age or any level. Thank you guys so much, and go check out NeuroGuard Plus.
NeuroGuard mouthpiece makes it easier to breathe while playing basketball. The unique design is not as bulky as any other mouthpiece and makes you feel safe in concussions.
NeuroGuard may control my breathing while I'm riding. It stops me getting concussions while I ride. It's very easy to use, so go pick one up today.
You know, I'm still doing stunts. You know, and with concussions I've got, you know, I feel much safer with that. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a whole lot better in the gym. So NeuroGuard Plus, you know, once this one wears out, you've got a customer for life, because I'm telling you people, NeuroGuard Plus is the way to go, and me, Mark Ash, says so.
Parents, kids, coaches, NeuroGuard. It's the future. Stay tuned.
Hey, I mean, that was a good point.
I think we might start seeing some go back.
Lights are bright on.
It's
Friday
time
night.
to talk a little 4A
Ball,
playoff
Texas
football. Hello, everybody. Terry Benny Grant Goodwin here,
like
sideline to
moths,
sideline, the
flame in their
4A
ain't
edition, brought to
nobody
you by NeuroGuard Plus.
around.
Right here on L4 Media, and since it's the playoffs, that means we have to immediately. First off, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man.
I always
Doing
feel
great.
weird saying that on the last
so
show.
excited for the second round of the playoffs.
Are you?
4A, Division 1 and Division 2 are going to be really fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to talk that Crum-Carthage matchup. Since it is
Crum's got a chance to win the toss.
Crum's got a chance to play really good in basketball this year. Since it is the playoffs, that means we have to start off with Coach X. Now, Coach X actually called in on this one, so here's what he had to say. Hey, playoff tree, keep running your mouth. No, actually, I need you to, because I can't understand your Satan voice. I think you're smarting off and talking shit about Coach X, but I can't be for sure.
Well, you know, Coach X, you have a real hard time. You got fired from a job last year, right? And you're traveling all around the Northwest, I think. You were in Oregon and all that. Sounds like you're a man who just can't get it together. You've hit rock bottom. You're arguing with a tree. You're arguing with a tree. Does that not tell you how rock bottom you've hit?
Now, wait. So I will point out, though, he's probably hanging out with some of your cousins up there in the Northwest. That's very tree, happy.
Yeah, my cousin Dax lives up there, right? And Dax is a great tree, but he's never really laid roots anywhere. You know? Yeah, he was, he lived down here for a long time in Woodville, was in Westwood, then kind of moved around. He was in Anahuac at one time, I don't know why. I think it was there was an old post oak girl that just got her branches around him, and, we all know how that, when a girl gets those branches around you and it's sweet.
I just want to point
that?
out. My phone dropped. I just want to point out, this is like the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention if you're watching the video. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. That's actually. I got to finish Coach X. But if you're saying what I think you're saying, then I'll make you disappear faster than baby oil at a Diddy party. So keep it up, Grant. I mean, playoff tree. You just keep it up while I sit here eating my fat puppy kettle corn that goes down so smooth, much like playoff tree in a truck stop's men's room. And that's what Coach X has to say.
Yeah, you sit there in your mama's basement eating the kettle corn while I'm out hobnobbing with, I don't know, Ariella Grande from Houston. I mean, dude, we hung out last weekend. Pretty freaking gal. You're sitting there eating your popcorn. I'm hanging out with the stars, and I'll tell you one thing. You want to really press me on that, you come down to the Angelina Forest. You find me. I'll stick my trunk so far up your ass, you'll be spitting little pine cones for a week.
Okay, I know we're not on radio and we can cuss and all, but
this isn't radio.
No, this isn't.
The whole
Hey,
time
try
I
that.
thought it was.
Try that.
Wait, hold on. I gotta adjust my mic.
You're really struggling.
It keeps
we just
falling.
we just had this whole because you
Okay,
first off you
what-
got
what is this?
This is Lazy Dog kettle corn, hand popped. I'm not going to tell you the flavor.
How do you hand pop something?
Like you hold it in your hand.
You said hand popped.
That's what it literally says. Hand popped.
There's no way you can hand pop anything.
I think they mean they make it by hand.
Oh,
which everything is made by hand. Don't look at the flavor. Just try it.
Okay, hold on,
dude.
All right, I'm trying.
Oh,
this
man.
is hand pop.
I told you not to look at the flavor.
I'm sorry. I don't see.
I really wanted you to try it without the flavor. Isn't that good?
That is. What is that?
Dill pickle.
Mm.
Remember the dill pickle jerky?
I do.
I think the kettle corn's better. Not that the jerky was bad. It was good, but I really liked it.
Really good. Struggling with the mic here.
First off, you gotta take the back end.
You gotta keep your eyes on your own paper, on your own business.
I'm trying to help you, buddy.
Sorry,
man.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's real good.
What's the one with the hot sauce?
That's
that
pork
one.
rinds.
Huh?
Pork rinds.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Pork
yeah,
rinds
good
with a little hot sauce.
I like pork rinds with spicy brown mustard.
Close your mouth while you're eating.
They can't see me.
Oh, they can't. Never mind.
Even though they get
All
two
right.
flavors.
Why don't we go into
Let's
a little
go.
less
Check out
BS
Lazy Dog
and
kettle
some-
corn, by the way.
Yeah,
we appreciate
too.
them being sponsored.
Let's get into football.
Let's get into football.
Don't eat on air. That was the first thing you ever told me.
I know.
when I first started, I had no broadcasting experience. I really have no broadcasting experience over 20 years. But you told me not to eat
Where
on
you
air.
go with the mic?
I knocked my windscreen off. Look.
We got really good though at eating hot dogs at halftime on the air without anybody even know. No, I didn't mean it. Wow. This is the third show of the night, folks, so you know where we're at. Let's start Region 1 Class
But you told me the first professional thing you don't do as a broadcaster is eat on air.
Mm-hmm. I also told you 17 years ago we're going to be famous by now. So, hey, you know what? I'm 0 for 2. Let's rock and roll.
I know like 4 people in Roy City that know about us.
Wow.
I
Your
mean, 2 of
mom,
them,
your
my
dad.
mom, dad. Grandmother's dead now, but she knew us. So actually 5.
I did not mean to laugh at that, but just how you said that. Just...
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. She died.
No,
she's not
just-
dead,
no,
but
no,
she
no.
died.
It was just-
it's the same thing, but she's
Just how
dead.
you said it, man. Again, it's been a long day, folks.
I'm very sad.
All right, let's go to Region 1, Class 4A, Division 1. Dumas 5-6 versus Lampasas 9-2. These are Region 1 rivals, man. When Dumas and Lampasas
Are
play,
they are not rivals. Dumas is way the hell up there.
I'm just talking because they're in the same region, man.
Dumas and Sunray are 20 minutes apart.
And then
Lampasas and Dumas and Sunray are like
not
5,000 hours
Not
apart.
20 minutes apart.
Right. I see. I thought you were actually.
Oh, no, I was
serious
just
about
joking
that.
because Lampasas is like Liberty Hill. They're the weird team in Region 1 this year. Hey, good job by the Demons, man. They looked dead in the water
They were
to start.
for a while.
Yeah,
right?
and then they won. They had to beat Pampa to make the playoffs. That wasn't a really big deal. But then
Anybody can beat Pampers.
and then last week they beat El Paso. Austin, again, I don't, But just to go from losing 5 in a row to making the playoffs and playing in the second round, we always talk about it. The mark of a good program, it's not just state champions, it's not just regions. It's when you're not a great team, but you still find yourself in the second and third rounds of the playoff.
Yeah,
now, in saying
all
that,
this demon
it
magic ends this week because Lampasas offensively is going to be way too much for that defensive Dumas. Reed Jerome, quarterback, leads an offense for Lampasas. It averages about 45 points a game. So I don't think that Dumas defense is even going to be able to come close to holding this Lampasas offense. Lampasas wins this one going away.
All right, let's go to Canyon West Plains 8-3 versus Brownwood 6-4. This game is in Snyder, Friday at 7 p.m.
A little bit more interesting,
yeah.
But I still think West Plains kind of names their score against a Brownwood team. I think when Brownwood gets against
good teams,
a good team,
they struggle.
They struggle, and they struggle defensively.
Yeah.
And I don't think Brownwood's defense is going to be able to contain that quarterback for West Plains. I think West Plains wins this game going away and sets up a nice matchup between West Plains and Lampasas next week.
I agree totally. Andrews 5-6 versus Canyon Randall 10-1. This game is at Wolfers People's Bank Stadium, 7 p.m. Thursday. Give me Randall, but I think that this game might be closer than what people think. I don't really know if I trust.
I don't know what anybody's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's really thinking about this game.
I think Randall blows Andrews away. Look at Andrews, who they played. I know they had a couple of tough games on their schedule, maybe.
Yeah. Let me look.
But not what Randall has played.
The Mustangs on the year have lost to Canyon, to Greenwood, to Wichita Falls Memorial, to Monahans, to Estacada, and to Bushland. And not all of them were close. The Greenwood game was close. Now,
And Randall, on the flip side, has played equally as tough schedule.
Yeah.
If not tougher, and have only been scathed once.
I don't know if it's tougher.
Yeah,
it
was tougher. It was tougher.
Yeah, I think Randall wins. I'm just saying I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me though if this game is within 10 points. I think Randall wins, and they should win going away. But it just wouldn't surprise me if it's within 10 points.
Yes, okay, I agree with that.
All right, let's go to.
They'll take on the winner of Stephenville and Hereford.
Yeah, Coach X has something to say on this one, so let me go. Do we need to stop the show, man?
No.
You okay?
This thing keeps falling.
If folks, the noise you're hearing, these arms, these new ones we have.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah, very badly. That's what I was saying earlier. Why I want to get.
Okay.
I'll
quit doing that.
Well, no. I want the people to know that the arms that you see on this side of the studio are new, and I didn't know if we would like them, so I did not spend a lot of money on them. They're really cheap, and the problem is once you tighten them, they lose fall. That. Yeah, they lose that tightness pretty quick, and so Grant he's also not doing it right. What are you doing with the wind mic, dude? You're just all over the place. You're a hot mess over there.
So goes the show.
All right, here's what Coach X has to say about this one. Hereford versus Stephenville. The Berg versus the Ford has to be the only matchup in the state with two colors in the matchup that aren't Yellow Jackets, but Stephenberg. And he spelled it Steven. Berg is the Yellow Jacket, so they have Yellow Jackets in the title, but the other one don't, so that is what I meant. Hey, how come Stephenville's girls' teams are the Honeybees? Aren't their girls Yellow Jackets? This has to be because how you would get more Yellow Jackets. Two dudes don't make a larva. Anyway, Yellow Jackets roll.
I know some Democrats that think.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Hey, look, Stephenville, Hereford's had a great season.
Yeah, this is an unfair second round for them. I mean,
it
just,
But Stephenville is still a state favorite. They got Ryan Gafford at quarterback, Sawyer Wilkerson at running back, and Tristan Gentry at receiver. By the way, if you're Stephenville, all you have to do is get the ball in Tristan Gentry's hand with a little space, and he's gone.
I agree.
Right? So Hereford, nice season, and they're going to be maybe even better next year or still up there. But Stephenville, it's going to be Stephenville and Canyon Randall in the second round.
Yep, I agree. All right, let's go to Region 2, and we have, I think, maybe the best matchup in 4A.
It could be.
Springtown 10-1 versus Sulphur Springs 9-2. This game is at Prosperous Children's Health Stadium Friday at 7 p.m. We've seen both of these teams.
And what a great venue.
Great
to have
stadium.
Oh, my gosh.
Great matchup.
If Springtown and Stephenville or Sulphur Springs fans haven't been to Children's Health Stadium in Prosper, you're in for a treat because this is one of the nicest stadiums in the state.
How are you seeing this game pull out?
I like Springtown, actually. Look, Sulphur Springs with Caden Mitchell at quarterback, 2,200 yards passing, Skylar Lewis at receiver. But I think Kane Hill and that quarterback for Springtown and how physical they are up front. You saw Springtown firsthand against China Spring earlier, and they pretty much just imposed their will.
Yeah, and that was
on a pretty good China Spring team, right?
Yeah, their record was bad, but you go and look in China Spring, they played legitimately one of the toughest schedules in 4A.
And do you really still trust Sulphur Springs?
Not after that Salina game.
I mean, the way Salina manhandled them when we went to see that game in Sulphur Springs, I don't know that they can stop Springtown and match their physicality. I like Springtown, though. I do think it is a toss-up game. Would not be surprised to see Sulphur Springs win, but I like Springtown and their physicality up front, and I don't know that Sulphur Springs defense can hold Cane Hill.
Why would not Coach X? Why would you not pick this game, Sulphur Springs versus Springtown? Like that just feels like a Coach X game that he would have picked instead of Stephen Hereford. Yeah, I agree with you. I actually think Springtown might end up winning it going away.
I don't think it's that. I think it's close.
No, I think it's close for the game. But I
mean, you and I both saw the athleticism that Sulphur Springs possesses, right?
Yeah, but man,
they just
every
got
good
themselves
team
behind the chains against a really good Salina team.
And then Panther Creek beat the doors off of them.
Well, yeah, but again, Panther Creek is very athletic as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you would have liked to have seen
and
them
I don't
be
think
competitive in one of those games.
Is more athletic than Panther Creek.
No, I don't. I agree. Well, yeah, I agree. They're more physical.
I think Sulphur Springs has more of an opportunity to out-athlete Springtown.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's a good point.
But I do like Springtown, what they got up front, and then Cane Hill, man. Sophomore, right?
Yeah, sophomore, dude.
A quarterback. And Springtown has been so blessed with quarterbacks over the last 4 years, right? 5 years, and just keeps going.
Yeah, they had the Hewlett kid for...
Yeah.
I think he started since his sophomore year.
He did my taxes. Jackson Hewlett. Was it Jackson Hewlett? Hewlett?
I don't think his name was Jackson Hewlett.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Alvarado.
This
is another great game. Alvarado 11-0 versus Panther Creek 10-1.
Game you and I will be at
Thursday at the Star. Another great place.
So if y'all see us at the Star,
buy us a hot dog.
Hot dog. I'm not above popcorn.
Dude, this region is just brutal, man.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes you have to see it on paper and you
How
just
many
go,
years was Region 2 such a patsy?
Yeah,
and now it has totally changed. It's because Frisco and Springtown, Sulphur Springs, but Alvarado 11-0 versus Panther Creek 10-1. Panther Creek's only loss was to Salina. Wasn't pretty though.
This must have been a flip game because Alvarado basically is going to Frisco's home to play.
But why wouldn't Alvarado, as confident as they are, want to go play at a premier place like the Star?
Oh no, I know. I think they're perfectly fine.
Maybe it is a home and home flip, but if I'm Alvarado,
hey, if
I
you
go
lose
play.
Aslan, there's no shame in that.
I'm Alvarado, I go play Panther Creek there. Look, Graylin Fry, quarterback from Panther Creek, great. Jalen Lott, wide receiver, great. You shut those two down, you got it. And I don't think that Panther Creek's defense is going to be able to contain Cardia Collier, the quarterback for Alvarado. Panther Creek's defense, to me, leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
And I think Alvarado is going to expose that. Now, that being said, you go back and look at both of the schedules for either of these teams. They haven't played a killer schedule, either team. So that tells me this game could be a toss-up.
I think Alvarado has played a solid schedule. Again,
I mean, their district's crap.
Their district's crap. You can't really You can't
They
help
played
that.
Robinson, which we
You know,
thought was really
yeah,
good.
until last
but-
week. They played
yeah.
Godley, playoff team, Van Alstyne, playoff team, Robinson, playoff team, Waco
Okay.
Conley, playoff team.
None of those
I know, but I'm just
give me a hard on.
I'm
yet.
just saying. And they played Glenrose, and again, that was when
Okay,
Glenrose,
Glen Rose, that's a good one.
they scored 70 on them.
Yeah. Well,
and by the way, in all these games, they have scored a ton of points.
but
Like,
when they beat Glen Rose, I don't think Glen Rose had their quarterback.
no, but Glenrose did that weird thing when they lost their quarterback. They actually scored more points than they normally do, which they always score a lot of points. But their defense went to crap. It was weird. It was just really, really
This
weird.
Glen Rose team with Kenan Evans is a different team without him.
Yeah, no, totally. But and then Panther Creek, they played Carter and Kennan. They had one game. They had one game they played to get the same team. They both played Kennedale. Panther Creek beat Kennedale 42-3. Alvarado beat Kennedale 42-7. So you want to talk about? You can't. I mean,
this is going to be an evenly matched.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a
game,
great game.
But I think Alvarado's defense is just maybe a tick better than Panther Creek's, maybe. Give me Alvarado. I'm not going to explain it too much, but I like Alvarado.
I like Alvarado. I think it's a high scoring game.
Collier is a special player.
Yep.
For Alvarado.
I agree.
And I don't know that Panther Creek, outside Jalen Lott last year, we thought was a special player. He is a special player, but I think Collier for Alvarado is more of an X factor and more of a playmaker.
All right, Salina 11-0 versus Kennedale 6-5 Friday at Bedford's Pennington Field. Doesn't seem like there's as many playoff games over there as there used to be.
Watched one a couple years ago.
7:30
Godley and
Quinlan
Ford. Yeah, but Salina all day long. In
Yeah,
this one.
hey, it's great. Kennedale's in the second round. Thank you. Enjoy your season. Salina rolls. Aubrey 7-4 versus Decatur 7-4. This is at Denton's Collins Stadium Friday at 7 p.m. I like Aubrey in this game.
I love Aubrey in this game. That quarterback, he's a big dude. What, 6'7", 6'8", 6'5", something like that.
6'8", 6'5".
He's a center for Duke on his offseason. I look, Decatur, not going to say they're soft, but, I mean, their schedule compared to Aubrey's, I like Aubrey in this one.
Well, Decatur's probably played a tougher schedule, but they've lost all the tough games. Both of them played Brock. They both lost to Brock. Aubrey lost to Brock 38-13. I can't remember what Decatur. I think it was pretty close to the same. Let me check that real quick. Decatur lost to Brock 27-7, but that was like 20-0 for most of that game. That was that was the first game of the year, and that was one of those. I think the weather stopped. They had to stop for a while and all that. But yeah, I just think Aubrey's hot. Aubrey's that team. We always talk about it. They're way better than their record tells you because of who they've played. And these are the teams that usually get hot and usually make the third round. And they'll have to face Salina next week.
Unfortunately for Aubrey, you move them in any other region here,
they
could be a threat, but unfortunately, they're in a very tough
100%
Region
agree
2.
with you.
All right, Region 3, Kilgore versus Needville. This is a rematch of a game we saw last year, right?
Yep.
Over in, where did we see that at?
Was that New Caney?
It might have been New Caney, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Randall Reed.
Needville is 7-4. Kilgore's 9-2. Give me Kilgore.
Oh, maybe this was at maybe this is at the same place, Sheldon ISD.
No, we didn't go to Sheldon.
We didn't
last
okay.
year.
Yeah,
we hung out with Jeremy at Sheldon.
That's right. A couple years
El
ago.
Campo versus Kilgore a couple years
That was
ago.
a COVID year. That's right. Kilgore, look, Needville will try to match them physically like they did last
This
year,
game
but they're
won't
just
be
not. No, it won't be
near as close as it was last year.
And I don't know
Kilgore's going
how-
to run away with it. Kilgore is going to bash everybody's face. in this region. I just don't see anybody. Maybe Pine Tree or Chapel Hill can give them a little bit of a.
I mean, Pine Tree gave them a game.
Yeah, but give me Kilgore in a region final when it's one game. I just think that this Kilgore team has a chance to be special.
No, I totally agree with you on that.
All right, they'll take on the winner of Lindale and Navasota. Lindale 6-5, Navasota 6-5. This is over at in Hewitt at Waco Midway Stadium, Panther Stadium. Give me Lindale in a 14-point game.
Yeah, give me Lindell. I want to point out that I was going to say this when we were talking Kilgore, but we're talking the same district. The team that beat Kilgore in district didn't make the playoffs. That is a district of doom right there. Yeah, that is a district of doom right there, folks. When everybody would talk about district of doom, when you knew the four.
Oh, Henderson could come in here and be the second place team, if not the district championship.
In some of these
region
other
champions.
districts. Yeah, some of these other districts. I agree.
That's what's crazy about this.
All right, Worthing 11-0 versus Chapel Hill 8-3 Thursday at Humble. This is one of those that you don't let that record.
No.
People that are just doing little brackets. I know a lot of people do it like they do basketball brackets, and they're like, oh, well, one team's only 8-3 and the other one's 11-0. Now that Chapel Hill should be able to name their own score. Though in saying that, the Colts are not a bad team.
No, not at all. Worthing's a pretty good team, but look at Chapel Hill last week against Huffman Hargrave. Chapel Hill's without their starting quarterback, Sullivan Malik.
Ricky Stewart was back, though.
Huh?
Ricky Stewart was back.
Ricky Stewart ran all over Huffman Hargrave's defense, right? He was great. They couldn't stop him. But Malik Gee, the quarterback, comes in. He's been starting quarterback now since their starting quarterback went down. And Malik Gee ran all over a really good Huffman Hargrave defense. So Chapel Hill is not an easy out.
Look, we've been hard on them.
Way too hard, probably.
No, I think we've been fair. I think we've been very fair. But I also want to point out.
But when you get down into Region 3 playoffs and they get out of district.
Yeah.
It's easy pickings for them for 2 rounds.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and they, we'll see what they do next week as they'll take on the winner of Stafford 7-4 versus Pine Tree 10-1. This game is at the very underrated Bruce Field in Athens. I love that setting.
I love that stadium if they had better parking.
Yes, I was literally about to say the only knock about how great the stadium is, there's no parking there.
But you get to that stadium, it's just a great place to watch a game.
Right in there in the city. It's a great place to watch college football as well. But give me Pine Tree in this one.
Who did you watch there? Texas, Georgia?
Yeah, Texas, Georgia.
Texas, in Athens? That's weird.
It's in Athens. You didn't even realize. You walked into your own joke. You didn't even realize. Well played, sir. I love it. You're so smart. You didn't even know it.
I'm on the spectrum.
I'm on
Me
Spectrum.
and Playoff Tree are both on the Spectrum.
I'm on Spectrum Internet too, buddy.
Oh, bro.
All right, let's go to Region 4. Austin LBJ 11-0 versus Lavernia 8-3. This game is at Seguin's Matador Stadium 7:30.
Great place.
Very good stadium.
We haven't been there, but you remember we drove by that a couple of times.
And when me and Studio Wife, last year we went.
You're married? Are you seriously married?
Yes, you know.
You don't tell me anything.
Last year when we went down,
my windscreen fell off.
Last year when we went down to Corpus to hang out with y'all, we stayed there.
Y'all were there with us?
Not the last 2023.
Oh, when the dog
you
ran
had
out.
so much COVID, you probably didn't. I could have been there this time, and you wouldn't have even remember.
True.
But anyway, we stayed in Seguin, and we went by the stadium and everything. I kind of did what you and Kevin did. I went by the stadium and walked around and everything. It's a really nice stadium. In saying all that, to honor, I'm assuming the late great Phil C. I don't know, from 3A Download.
Oh, he's been dead for a long time.
I think so, but I never saw I never saw the actual post or anything, so that's why I was saying that.
Oh no, he's dead with my
grandmother.
Not at the same time, but they're dead together.
He was a big Lavernia guy.
I hope my mom not listening because she would think I was very disrespectful.
No, she's gonna think I'm the asshole.
Yeah. Why you call my dead grandmother dead?
I don't know why is it when you say it, it just makes me laugh. But anyway, great season for Lavernia, but LBJ, I'll name their score.
Oh,
long way to get to that.
Do you see anybody? I don't want to shoot our wad too early, but do you see anybody in Region 4 that's going to even pee a drop against LBJ?
Their toughest game will be next week against Davenport. Davenport 10-1 versus Port Lavaca Calhoun.
I'm going to be honest with you right here.
Are you going to say Port Lavaca is going to win?
No. This is the
we're going to be honest.
Trust tree.
Okay.
Right here.
And that's the trust tree.
No, that's playoff tree.
Oh, we don't trust
the
playoff
trust me
tree?
though because we're on the same.
It's almost like y'all have the same mind or speak the same
I know,
words. It's
right?
weird.
Just-
Anyway, what are you about to say?
Sometimes I caress him, and he's like, "Okay."
Nobody
I
can
got
see you, thankfully.
LBJ is going to run away with this region. I don't care if you're Davenport,
big
Calhoun,
talk.
Bay City, Canyon Lake. You know what? Bay City might give LBJ a game. But I think LBJ is so talented. The only thing that gives me a little pause
Is if they
with
get hurt.
LBJ is their depth.
Yeah.
Right? Because when we went and saw them play Wimberley, how many dudes did you see on the
Playing
on the
both
side-
sides,
on
yeah.
the sideline that they had suited up? It was a lot like Western Start.
Yeah,
was,
it really
right?
was. It really was.
Yeah, they
And-
didn't have a lot.
Yeah, the
But
great thing
you put
is-
11 and 11, they're going to beat everybody.
And the great thing is temperatures, changing, so that helps. But you're right.
Right.
The big fear is if they get hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have Davenport beating Port Lavakia Calhoun, but I think it'll be a close game.
Give me Calhoun.
Really? You're just not big on Davenport.
No, I like Davenport, but I don't think Davenport has seen the offense that Calhoun's had.
Yeah, the Sand
Right?
Crabs offense is very good.
They've seen it once this year. I think Davenport has, but I think Calhoun comes in and they play keep away and they win this game in Bastrop and they will play LBJ. All right, Bay City and Canyon Lake. This could actually be a pretty good game.
I think this is going to be a really good game. I think maybe we did not talk enough about Canyon Lake this year.
Right.
They kind of, and again, part of it is, they didn't really have what you'd call an oh my God win. And when we're doing these shows and we're picking games out each week to talk about, that's what we look for. And they started the year off and they got beat by Wimberley and got destroyed by Wimberley. And then they beat Navarro. And at the time, I was like, oh, okay, that's a solid win. And then Navarro just didn't have a good year this year. I mean,
Right.
for them. I mean, they still made the playoffs and all that, but they didn't have a typical Navarro win. And so we've kind of not talked enough about the Hawks, but I do think that I think this is a very, very upset special that I think Bay City wins, but I think Canyon Lake will keep it really close. They scored 42 on Davenport. The problem was they gave up 61.
Well-
But I think this is going to be a point for point game. I think Bay City will eventually win.
Wow, that's my phone.
She doesn't understand. Well, you need to study more football then. I think Bay City ends up winning this one, but I think it's going to be a really close game.
Well, so I'm calling two upsets back to back.
You just said the only team that could beat LBJ was Bay
I'm
City.
not saying either of them are going to beat LBJ
No,
because
no, you
LBJ
just
is
said.
going to.
No. I'm saying, but you just literally said that you felt the only team that could give them a hard time in this region is Bay City, and now you're picking the upset, which I like. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. I'm just saying that's funny.
Okay, so I got Calhoun beating Davenport, and I got Canyon Lake beating Bay City. With Calhoun, I've got a reason. With Canyon Lake over Bay City, I have no reason.
Is it like me
Because
in that 3A
Bay
game?
City is so talented offensively, but I go back. I'm reaching back all the way into.
I was
Okay.
reaching back with you.
Okay, do it one more time.
Oh, it's been one of those nights.
Doesn't make me feel like I'm going back, but I'm going back into time, into week 2 or 3.
Oh, when they got beat.
Edna beat the doors off of Bay City.
And I don't know if Edna,
Canyon Lake is good enough to match what Edna did to Bay City. This is going to be a lot closer, but I think Canyon Lake.
a new city in town.
I like whiskey.
I love Canyon Lake, man.
I like whiskey.
That was
And Canyon
We had so much fun. We went to the
Ooh, I'm going
Wimberley
to go
game.
camping at Canyon Lake.
You better, man. Their lake's at historic low levels right now.
It's been there for like 5 years.
Oh my God, it was still fun though. When I went to the Wimberley Lampasas game last year, we actually stayed in Canyon Lake and had a blast.
Did you get fingered there?
What? Every time you move, it sounds like you're just shaking.
I don't know why.
He is struggling, folks.
All right,
We're going to
so-
fix it after the break. But
All
anyway.
right, Calhoun versus Somerset. Cal Allen versus Somerset.
This has been a fun show,
Friday at Gregory Portland's Aikens Wildcat Stadium. Give me Cal Allen in a close one, though. Somerset's pretty darn good.
I'm calling the upset in this one. Give me Somerset.
Ooh.
Their 2 losses on the year were in District 2, Canyon Lake and Davenport. And this is kind of like what you said about your Canyon Lake one. I'm kind of going back, but I'm also kind of just pulling this one. This is a field game.
Yeah.
I have seen Cal Allen now twice. Watched most of one game, and I guess I actually watched most of 2 games.
Or Cal Allen is just a muck it up team. They're a Bill Parcells team, right?
Yeah, they throw the ball way more than they used to. But
right.
yeah, you explained. I mean, you described it. That's exactly what they are.
Yeah,
they're gonna.
And I like those kind of teams.
Yes,
right.
And look, hey, let's be fair. We picked El Campo to upset them last week, and they beat the doors off El Campo. So I am gonna say, I don't know. I don't know why. You know how this works. There'll be a team that you just, for whatever reason, don't trust. And ever since Cal Allen has dropped down into 4A, I have just not been able to trust them. And every year they've proven me right. And that's not really fair because, only one team wins state. But, I mean, they have yet to even really, when I remember when they dropped, they're going to be they're the new region stalwart, and they haven't even won their region yet.
Right, yeah.
And Steve Campbell is doing a wonderful job there, changing everything. It's really hard.
They'll break through soon.
Oh, yeah. And it's not like Callan's terrible, but they're, to change a philosophy of a program that offense was almost as much of an identity to them as the slot T is to Liberty Hill, and to be able to come in like Coach Campbell has done and change that, and they still run the ball, but they're a little bit more down the field. But at the end of the day, there's always upsets, and this is me. I'm calling the upset on this one. All right.
I don't disagree with that one.
All right, that is 4A Division I in the books. We're going to take a break. We're going to fix his mic stand, and we'll do all that when we come back on Sideline to Sideline.
Hi, I'm Josh Bell with the Miami Marlins. I wear NeuroGuard to help with strength and coordination when I'm in the weight room and help with balance when I'm on the baseball field.
One of the most comfortable, reduces concussion, increases performance. You can't get a mouthpiece like that on the market.
Not only is it a great product, it's super easy to use. I recommend it for any player at any age at any level. Thank you guys so much, and go check out NeuroGuard Plus.
NeuroGuard mouthpiece makes it easier to breathe while playing basketball. The unique design is not as bulky as any other mouthpiece and makes you feel safe from concussions.
NeuroGuard. They control my breathing while I'm riding. It stops me getting concussions while I wreck. It's very easy to use, so go pick one up today.
I'm still doing stunts. And the concussions I've got, I feel much safer with that. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a whole lot better in the gym. So NeuroGuard Plus, once this one wears out, you've got a customer for life, because I'm telling you people, NeuroGuard Plus is the way to go, and me, Mark Ash, says so.
Parents, kids, coaches, NeuroGuard. It's the future. Stay tuned.
bring it back here. Grant Goodwin, sideline to sideline, as we did for a Division I. Did I read? Yeah, I did. He did it earlier. I forgot. I was trying to make sure I read.
So let's go back to that argument we had about having a baby.
Wait, what?
You say it's 9 months. It's 9 weeks to have a baby.
Well, no, it's 9 months, but I didn't know we were having an argument about
You've
a
heard
baby.
9.5 weeks.
That's not
about having a baby.
That's not about having. That's about
with Mickey Rourke.
That's about the act of creating a baby.
Right, and it's 9.5 weeks. That's why it's 9.5 weeks to have a baby.
No, it's 9.5 weeks to have sex with Mickey Rourke. Apparently,
never done that.
It seems like I get tired after a while. 9.5 weeks. Yeah. Come on, dude.
Like
Can we just
30
watch,
seconds.
Can we just watch some TV tonight, buddy?
No, 45 seconds.
I'll give
I'm
you
usually 45 seconds.
Mickey, I'll cook you a steak. Can we just watch
I
some
can
TV?
get my pants off, and then after that,
all right. Can we? It's been one of those nights. I feel like I've said that 100 times, and I have. All right, let's go.
Nobody listens to 4A Division II anyway.
Oh yeah, everybody knows. Crumb's gonna win it all. Everybody else is just hoping to be.
Oh, I don't know about Crumb.
All right, let's go.
I think Rockport Fulton could say something about that.
Let's go to Class 4A Division 2 Region 1. We're gonna
God,
start.
now this mic is really high. I don't want to complain.
Okay,
because
would
you
you
fixed it.
Would you
but
please not give?
I'm not 8 foot tall.
Would you please not give the microphone any weed?
Any what?
Weed. You said it was high.
It is.
It's
like
right at
way
your
up here.
mouth,
dude. But I can't. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving week or almost Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
be
thankful
grateful.
For, yeah,
aren't you excited about that great quarterback matchup we're gonna have for Thanksgiving? Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush.
I think DeVito and his crew and his
Tommy Cutlets.
His agent had the fix in. Like nobody's gonna. The Mafia's got this game.
Ooh,
if Dallas doesn't win it, it's because the Mafia has it fixed.
All I ask is to win on Thanksgiving, Dallas. It just makes Thanksgiving better. I don't care what your record is the rest of the year.
6 weeks ago, that would have been a foregone conclusion when you looked at the schedule.
Now it's 50-50.
Is it 50-50?
Yeah, I still think Dallas is a little bit of a favorite. They still got to take care of Washington. Take care of Washington this week.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Greenwood.
Look, Dallas has a short week. 3 games in a row.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't have a Thursday game the week after Thanksgiving this year, finally.
I know, but the previous weeks they had Monday.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Monday to Sunday. Oh, that's right. Good point.
Yeah.
See, if it wasn't for that, they would make the playoffs.
Oh, they'd probably kill New York then.
Right. Greenwood 10-1 versus Benbrook 10-1. This game is Thursday at Abilene Sandifer Stadium. That is Abilene Wiley, for those that don't know. Hey, congratulations.
I'm sorry. Are you going to brush over the fact that
Hugh Sandifer has his own stadium now?
Yeah, and he's our hero.
He is the first coach that me and Grant had got crushes on.
He is sideline to sidelines, like coach
he's
that
the coach.
we hold.
Yes,
like Hugh Sandifer is sideline to sidelines angel.
Yep.
Like, why do we not have a Hugh Sandifer?
We need a Hugh Sandifer pitcher.
Yes, up on top. We take the run the damn ball hat off.
Yeah.
And we move it down and we put Hugh Sandifer on top.
We might have to do that.
We might have to do that. Why don't you go on Google Images? Unless Hugh Sandifer will text you a picture.
Yeah, I got asked to not text him anymore by a lawyer. It was really weird. I was already asking for pictures then, too.
You got a cease and desist or something like that. I've gotten a few of those.
Anyway.
But they've been from girls. I don't know why
you almost got us kicked off of Facebook once because you were drunk bitching about a guy and they blocked us.
I was never drunk, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It was it was some football media guy, wasn't it? And I had to ask him to unblock us. And I had to explain that.
Oh, it's probably the popcorn joke.
I can't remember what it was. No.
The Pee Wee Herman popcorn thing.
No. You went after this dude like 3 or 4 different things he posted, and you were just saying funny stuff, but he thought you were being.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Anyway, Greenwood versus.
That doesn't sound like me.
Oh, no, not at all. You know what? Give credit to Benbrook. I thought they were right for the upset net last week against Mineral Wells. They went out and they were able to outlast Mineral Wells.
Guess who called that one?
It wasn't an upset, so yay, good job. I like Benbrook in this one.
I do too. Actually, look.
This is an underrated, really good game too, folks.
Yeah, I mean, look, Midland Greenwood, their only loss was Sweetwater, 29-25, week 2. But Benbrook, man, I mean, they are big up front on both sides of the ball. And when I say big, they are huge. And then they got a running back, 2 running backs, and Brady Gordon and Carlos Harris. Both of them combined for almost 2,300 yards total. And that big offensive line for Benbrook can push you around.
Yep. So we both have Benbrook?
Yes.
All right. Lubbock Estacada 7-4 versus Brock 10-1. This game is Friday at Clyde Stadium, Clyde Bulldogs Stadium. Give me Brock, but I think Estacado could present some athletic problems for Brock.
I don't think they do. Well, they might be athletic, but I think Brock will name their score here.
I think eventually they will too. I think Brock is on. I think Brock is on a mission to play Graham again in 2 rounds.
I don't think. I don't know. Many things change against Graham.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, dude. I was
I
there
wasn't
on
at
the
the game.
sideline.
No. I wasn't at the game. I went back and watched the game.
Yeah.
I see the things you're talking about, and I don't disagree with you, but I also feel that I don't know. I still just don't feel that's if they play again, it's that way. I don't think it's that bad.
It might not be that bad, but I'll tell you, I don't think Brock is a Region 1 champion. I think it's Graham. All right. The winner of that one will take on Graham and Monaghan's 6-5. Graham 10-1. This is Thursday in Sweetwater at the Mustang Bowl.
Great play. If you're there, if you're in Sweetwater, you got a great Thursday and Friday 4A Division II matchup with Graham and Monaghan's and Glen Rose and Seminole.
And Graham wins that game going away.
Yeah, they named
And
their
I
score.
said that Graham runs away with this region, but I forgot about Glen Rose.
Glen Rose is the team nobody is talking about because
their defense and Kenan Evans had been out for a while, but I think Glen Rose offense is better than anybody's offense in this region, right?
Yeah.
Do you disagree with that?
No, I think that's pretty on
Their
point.
defense, yes, is porous.
But Glen Rose
you
doesn't.
look at their offense. Kenan Evans at quarterback. Their defense, they do give up a lot of points, but they got a lot of really quick receivers. They're taking on a Seminole team who's 10-1. Their only loss was to Poth, right?
Yeah. Wait. So
What?
Comanche and Seminole played Poth?
Oh, wait. I was talking about Comanche. I'm sorry. No, Seminole did not lose to both.
Yeah, let
I'm
me look up
sorry.
who they. No, I thought that'd been kind of interestingly odd.
It's not. I got Seminole and Comanche mixed up. But Seminole's quarterback, White Holstrom, is the quarterback of all Region 1.
Yep. They got beat
Right
by
outside
Greenwood.
of Kenan Evans.
Yeah.
And then Logan McCormick at receivers, one of the best receivers in all of Class 4A Division 2. This Seminole team can go.
This is going to be a high-scoring
Glen
game.
Rose's defense is going to be able to stop Seminole.
Nope.
But Seminole, can they stop Kenan Evans?
Nope. I think this is a legitimate 60-65 type
I
of
do
game.
too. I do too.
These two teams, I mean, hell, Seminole the last 2 weeks has scored 50 and 70.
Right.
And we've talked about Glen Rose all year and what they can do offensively. And the thing is Glen Rose, they know what they are, so they know what they've got to do. And that's why, man, when they're on offense, they're not playing keep away. They're not grinding you down. We're putting as many points on the board because we're probably going to give up a lot of points. And if the further they go, the higher they're going to have to score. And I think that's where eventually that becomes an issue.
That catches up with them.
It catches up with you because you can't be perfect.
Does it catch up with them this week?
I think this is a one possession game, but I think Glen Rose does Glen Rose things and pulls it out at the end. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it might be underrated, the best game of the week in 4A Division II.
I totally agree with you. I think Glen Rose Graham next week is going to be one hellacious matchup.
Ooh,
that
you're talking about
Glen Rose
defense versus offense
against that Graham defense, who is just
So good.
shitting, or not shitting, but putting up shutouts.
Where did that
Or
come
they gave up like 3 points last week, or 6 points, or
throwaway
something like
points,
that.
yeah. By the way, we'll have a Graham coaches show tomorrow morning.
This could be great. All right, Region 2, Van Alstyne versus Van. over at Mesquite
Underrated
Memorial
game.
Stadium. Yeah, but
Give me Van.
I think Van wins this. I don't even think Van Alstyne. I think Van Alstyne might be able to keep it close for a half.
Yeah.
But the physicality of Van up front.
I kind of feel like I know where one of our games is going to be next Thursday.
Where?
Or next Friday, probably at Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium for a Van versus Gilmer rematch like we saw 3 years ago.
Could be. I don't know. We just got to see where the football takes us.
Sunnyvale 7-4 versus Gilmer 8-3. This has become a playoff rivalry in a weird way. They just always seem to match up against each other.
Sunnyvale, is their defense as good as they were last year? That's going to be the key to this.
Yeah, they
because
almost
right
beat
now
Gilmer last
Gilmer
year.
is struggling on offense.
Yeah, they are. Like, you know, I joked about this before, and I referenced, was this going to be like, what was it, 08, I think it was, when GJ went over there, and they went unbeaten, but they just never seemed right. And Coach Traylor admitted that years later when we were talking about it. He was like, yeah, it just never came together. It kind of feels like that's what happened with this move in. It just hasn't hit right now. In saying that, they have great wins like beating Kilgore. We won't talk about that Brenham game. Beating Van. But then they lose by 17 to Pleasant Grove. Losing to Pleasant Grove wasn't the shock. It was getting beat like they did 27-10. In saying that, I still think they're a matchup problem for Sunnyvale.
I do too. I think it's going to be Gilmer and Van in the third round. That one is a toss-up.
I was going to say it. I know everybody jokes if you've listened to the show long enough, my Van pick of 10 years ago now, but it really, I can see Van playing in the region final this year.
Yeah. All right. Pleasant Grove versus Farmersville. Thursday in Pleasant Grove. Give me Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, this is a weird playoff matchup. Like the biggest of 4A.
This game and the next game are.
Yeah, they're walkabouts.
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove, one of the bigger 4A Division II. Farmersville, one of the smaller 4A Division IIs. Pleasant Grove will name their score. Carthage 10-1. Crum 9-2. Hang on. I'm getting a call. Hey, Crum, you finally won a playoff game for the short football history of your school. What are you going to do now? No, you aren't going to Disneyland. You get to play Carthage and football. How about you just line up and I'll kick you in the nuts one by one, Bullcat Dogs Row. All right, well, appreciate Coach X for calling in, and I agree with him in every great season for Crum. I think they exceeded what they thought they were going to do, and they get gifted a second round against Carthage. It's so unfair, man.
Good luck with that. All right, Hampshire Finette down in Region 3. Hampshire Finette 10-1, taking on a 8-3 Sealy team with their quarterback.
Yeah, I want to again.
This
I was
has
wrong.
Turned into a great matchup.
It really has. And I was wrong. Kane Killo is back. I thought he was out for the year, but he's been back for a couple weeks. So I do appreciate Chase Burnett letting us know that. I just realized I say his last name like Fennon now because I got so used to saying it. I think this is a great matchup, but I still think Hampshire. I'll say this.
Hampshire with their offense, with Ty Bryson at quarterback, Braxton Starr in receivers, Chris Augustine at running back. It's just too much for that Sealy defense, I think, right?
Yes. I legitimately think they're one of the teams that could beat Carthage.
Ooh, I'm not going that far.
No, I'm not saying they will be.
Offensively,
I'm saying
they can put up points against a Carthage type team because I think this Hampshire offense is as good as anybody. But man, I don't know. That's a lot to say right now. We'll revisit that.
I'm not saying they will beat them.
that.
I'm not saying they will beat them or if they play. I'm
let's
just saying,
table that for a few weeks.
Okay, let's talk about it in 5 minutes. West Columbia 8-3 versus Gatesville 6-5. Friday, Smithville's Tiger Stadium. Hey, good season by West Columbia. That's a team we didn't really talk enough about this year.
Give me Gatesville though.
You like them? They're so athletic compared to West Columbia.
I don't know. I mean, West Columbia has the offense to beat a Gatesville defense.
Yeah,
but
do they have another? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I just think Gatesville will sneak out of Smithville with a win.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
What do you think?
Give me West Columbia. I'm going with record on that one.
This is a toss-up almost.
Yeah, and these are the type of games that you kind of forget about once the playoffs are over. But when you're trying to actually pick them, these are the tougher ones usually. Here's another tough one: Belleville 8-3 versus Silsbee 8-3.
I don't think it's tough. I think Belleville will take care of Silsbee in short and fast order.
Oh, I don't. I think Belleville will win, but Belleville's defense struggles against good offenses, and I think they'll struggle some on this one.
I don't think they'll struggle much at all. I think Belleville will name their score in this one.
Okay. Like last year. We were so excited for that.
Well, not as bad as last year.
Golly, dude.
Not as bad as last year.
That's one of those that
was the wasted drive down to, where were we at? New Caney?
No, that was the one that was at Tomball, wasn't
Tomball?
it? Yeah.
No,
No, it was New Caney. You're right, it was New Caney.
Was it?
Yeah, because I can't remember.
We were there. I just don't remember where we
go
were
to so
at.
many stadiums.
All right, they'll take on the winner of La Vega and West Orange Stark. La Vega, 8-3? West Orange Stark 9-2. This is in Magnolia on Friday. Man, I don't have a real good read on this. I know La Vega, their running back Bryson Rowland's almost unstoppable. About 1,100 yards rushing. Courtney Parr at running back. I mean, they got two good ones, Jabari Thornton at receiver. This West Orange Stark defense has been pretty good this year.
Yes, they really have. And they've kind of been under. And to be fair, the West Orange Stark offense has been probably one of the better offenses that West Orange Stark has had in the last 6 or 7 years. Like, they can actually, if they need to, they can go out with that offense and win a game. And I don't know, even in their years.
But they still don't have the quarterback to put the nail in the coffin.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. But I do like West Orange Stark, La Vega in this one.
I do too.
In a close one. I think it's very close, but I like La Vega.
And this is one of those, this could be a high-scoring game or this could be a low-scoring game.
Right.
I can't get a feel on it because both of these teams have been kind of, Jekyll and Hyde with sometimes they play really good defense and then sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
At least for their programs. All right, let's go to Region 4. We've got Wimberley 9-2 versus Rockport Fulton 7-4. This game is Thursday at Corpus Christi Warrior Stadium. Okay, I will admit I allowed what LBJ did to Wimberley to kind of cloud my Wimberley thinking.
Let that skew you too much.
I still don't think outside of this region, Wimberley is the normal Wimberley. But again, inside this region, they're still Wimberley. And they'll name their score in this one.
Yeah, I think they'll win this game. Could be closer than what you think, but Wimberley will win. Navarro versus Cuero, they will get the winner of this one. Give me Cuero on this one. This is in Floresville on Friday. Do you disagree on that one?
No, give me Cuero. And look, I want to point out, man, Cuero, they kind of were the not laughing stock, but, they had that unfortunate of being the first high school football game that everybody was talking about. It was on TV. It's Columbus, and then Columbus just absolutely destroyed them. Give Cuero credit for bouncing back from that. And their other losses have been solid losses. They lost to Sinton 23-18 in district play. Look, Navarro's down this year. They're just down. They've never had a lot of horses. They've always done Navarro Geronimo horses.
I got you.
They've never had a lot of horses, but they've done a great job with what they've had. But even this year, they don't have a lot. To me, just credit them getting into the second round.
Maybe even Peanut won't work against Cuero this year.
Yeah, I don't think Peanut's going to work this year.
All right, Sinton 11-0 versus Salado 7-4. Sneaky good game. This is over at Commander Stadium and in San Antonio. Give me Sinton with Tristan Hansen at quarterback. Duels are at quarterback. I don't think that Salado's defense can hold up for 4 quarters.
Now, Salado's biggest issue has been defense, and in all 4 of their losses, it's been against good teams. They gave up 52 to Troy, 49 to Lampasas, 34 to Lago Vista, 59 to Wimberley. Now, all of them made the playoffs, but still, when you're giving up an average 46 points, that's an issue, especially when you're playing a Sinton team that you and I both have 100% come around on. We believe in him. This would have been a pick in many years.
This is the best Sinton team that I can remember in 20 years.
Yeah, and this would be a pick. And a lot of times I'd be like, Sinton's got a pretty record, but they're going to get into that Salado and they're going to see different types of athletes than they normally. Yeah,
they can swing north and handle it now.
Yes. All right, Port Isabel 8-2 versus Lago Vista 8-3. This game is Friday at Kingville Javelina Stadium. This is a really, really underrated good game. This is
but give me Lago Vista in this one.
Give me Lago Vista, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. Lago Vista. By the way, we have a Lago Vista show. I'll be recording it Thursday, so it'll be up Thursday afternoon. Lago Vista, man. Their issue this year is everybody that's either at their level or just above them, they've lost to. There are 3 losses. Lost to Waco Connolly, to Gerald, and to Wimberley. And funny enough, Gerald didn't even make the playoffs. But I think they've got enough on their team. Swade Griffin is kind of their all-everything. Trip Henderson at quarterback. Their defense is very underrated. But I'm telling you, I like Lago Vista, but if they've had some weird games this year, and if it becomes one of those weird games, you know how that works when it's in the playoffs. But I like Lago Vista to win it.
All right.
Oh, dude, we've been doing this for a long time tonight. That is going to do it for this week's show, the Area Round. Next week is Thanksgiving week, of course. We're going to go ahead and probably still record on Tuesday. We had to move it one night this week, but we'll probably record it on Tuesday. Be safe in your travels. I hope everybody's team wins. Unless you're playing each other, then I hope y'all both lose. Until next time, he's Grant Goodwin. I'm Terry Bennett. This is Sideline to Sideline, the 4A edition on L4 Media.
Lights are bright on.